Welcome back to the 1980s Star Basketball Channel. So PWCC had auction ending last night, and I know some people have kind of put this out in different forums and different places. I just wanted to get this out there video to also had some thoughts on other than the star. There was a couple of things that I noticed. So I don't track the Jordan's the 98 inserts. I know that has like its own following. And if you do love them, great. I just didn't really, to me, the inserts are some of them are very cool cards, but just not my interest. But like I saw this one, looks like a pop of 1 of 3. I thought that was a pretty cool, looks like a pretty cool card too. But what I'm interested on is, the star, especially the 101 rookie and the 86 Fleer third year card here. So I kind of, look at prices for this and star cards and really for Jordan, it's anything star, but also the 86 Fleer and 87. And here, but ironically, 88 Fleer was my first basketball cards I really loved, and that's where I got started. So the 88 Fleer's in my heart. But yeah, this one was interesting to me. So 28,000 for a 9.5, and that's just like a little thing on the front, but that dot up in the corner. The back had a print dot to it, and that's why it got that surface of 9. But as you can see, the pretty much dead centering top to bottom is a hair off, and when I say a hair, it's a very minor amount. But when you've got a 9.5, that's when you get scrutiny, because you're paying quite a bit. The difference between a 9.5 and a 9 visually may not even be that much, but wallet wise, it's almost 3 times the amount. So actually it is 3 times the amount. Just pretty intense. But as you can see, it had a print dot on the back, but that wasn't enough to deter it. Obviously, if you're looking at this card, they've dropped down quite a bit, and in my opinion, are going to keep slowly climbing down. I remember when these I thought were a lot at 5,000. So and I know they jumped to, I think these were like 90 to something to that effect during the crazed, insane boom. But now they're just slowly keep coming down. And as I've noted and said multiple times, I think these will. There's just so many produced of this. But definitely something to, this, like I said, I keep my eye on. But going back over to the list, and after that one of these, again, the 98 insert. This one was one that I was tracking to see where this 10. Obviously, it's low too, 168. But the first thing people will say is it's an old label and the centering is off a little bit, left to right. And right, it's pretty obvious. But how does this get a 10 in the first place? It's kind of thing. That's also what's been, I've heard other people say, and I agree. So if we're all thinking the same thing, it's one of those things that, it's obvious in this case, and pretty noticeable. So, but price 168,000. That includes the buyer's premium. And then this was the one I was really, really watching, and almost kind of, threw my hat in. But a PSA 7, going for 21.6. And again, just kind of standard. Yeah, they're almost always off from left to right. And, with a 7, you might get a touch on a corner, but really, really sharp. And just a really, really nice card. That's the quality I'm in and around that area. They had some inserts, and then this one was another one of note. 1 of 10, a PSA 8, 195, and these always are off centered. I've never seen one fully centered. They might be out there. I just haven't seen a copy yet, but to me at this point it would just look really odd fully centered. But that's about kind of as good as they get. And went for 24,300. So you're obviously you're playing with the big boys at that point. And Just a phenomenal copy of that card. Another one, pop one of two, a nine of the all rookie, sold for 10,500. I was kind of looking at this, and other than a touch of white, I can't see a single thing wrong. And when I say a touch, I mean that shouldn't even be. I mean, this card is like flawless. So it just goes to show you, the difference between a 9 and a 10. I would be interesting to see what they found that wasn't good enough to maybe get to the 10. I mean, maybe a touch on the corners, and that's it. But I mean, those two corners, like, yeah, it's like a pixel of white. This one is so nice. But yeah, got a 9, but still PSA 9 is very very difficult to get for any of these cards. And speaking of PSA 9, with the top 15% eye appeal, pop 4 of the Rookie of the Years subset. Um, and yeah, this is the last 11s. We just went for a hair under 10,000, but pretty cool. This one's yeah, I haven't seen a Mint 9. That's the first Mint 9 I've ever seen. So I know those get in demand. And one last thing, this video is all going to be pretty short. Was this? This is one thing I find interesting about 87 Fleer and just kind of common sense in the hobby. Again, the 86 Fleer is a third year card of Jordan, and this is a fourth year card. And a Gem Mint 10 of this card went for, obviously sold above, even being a little off-centered in an old label, for 168,000. And this one only sold for 15. Well, there's less of these, if you look at the pop reports, and less that were produced of these than the 86 Fleer. I get that the 86 Fleer is, quote unquote iconic, and it has a great photo, I'll admit that. I don't like the design of the 86 Fleer. I'm actually with Teapot on that. He did a video and he was like, I just find the 86 Fleer hideous, and I don't like it either. This one's a cool, different kind of design. I'm kind of indifferent to it, but it's kind of cool. Kind of just classic, but different. And obviously they're always almost all just off-centered horribly. But that's the difference, is 10 times the difference. Both are not rookies. This is a fourth year, that's a third year. So simply for the picture, and again, that's my opinion on price. Like, if I had it, but I find this card, you put them next to me and there was no value, I don't know which one I would take, because I really like this one. But in just terms of scarcity, that would give to this one. The photo on the other one, I would say is better, but I do love the photo on this one, and it being more scarce is just I kind of gravitate towards this card. But yeah, anyway, I think that's about it. For just wanted to show some the PWCC notables last night, because it was a big auction, especially for high end on some of these Star Jordans. But and also, as you can see, some of these 90s inserts that I know people are really after, are the autos and stuff. But all right, and I will like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you at the next video.